Hey guys, it's me Greta here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about some of my Halloween experiences. I apologize if this video is kind of short because I don't have that many out of ordinary Halloween experiences. Most of my Halloweens have just been basically normal, just dress up, go trick-or-treating, but there are a couple stories that are pretty funny that I wanted to share with you guys because it's Halloween. Actually, not when I'm filming this. It's not Halloween yet. I hope you guys like my little background that I made. I worked so hard on it. I basically go check out some of my other videos that I filmed on my bed because it looks so much different, but it looks really similar. Like, I substituted out a lot of things for Halloween-y type of stuff. I'm just really proud of it because it took forever there. So yeah, anyway, you probably don't want to hear like this huge intro, so let's get into that video. The first Halloween experience I have for you guys was when I was pretty young. Normally when I was younger and I lived in my old neighborhood, me, my sister, and my dad would all go out trick-or-treating. We'd go trick-or-treating with our neighbors and stuff, and we'd have so much fun. Our neighbors back there were the best neighbors ever. We were so close. We were best friends. We used to go Christmas caroling and stuff. I remember that, but it's not Christmas. Don't get off topic. Anyway, so that's what me, my sister, and my dad used to do at our old neighborhood. We'd always go trick-or-treating. Then my mom would stay at home and pass out candy. My mom has this big business trip to go on every year, and she's away for a week. So normally it's in November, and it's either during my birthday or my sister's birthday. Last year it was on my birthday. So unfortunate because not only was my birthday on a Tuesday, my mom was in Hawaii, for real. All my friends have already heard the story 15,000 times. I apologize. But anyway, basically my mom was gone for Halloween. That was her big trip right there. It was kind of during Halloween. So basically we had no one to pass out the candy. We didn't want to be rude. So we were one of those people that put the bowls out there full of candy. I was take one please, but I don't know if we put take one. You know those kids that are always take one please, and then you just see them, they're well, no one's here, then they just stuff their whole bag with all of them. So yeah, that was kind of what we were doing. We're saying that. I don't remember if we put a take one please. I don't know. I don't really remember. But basically we had an awesome night with my neighbors again. We went out trick-or-treating. It was great. We had pillowcases full of candy, and then we came home. And not only was all the candy gone, the bowl was gone too. Literally, someone this is so funny to me because literally it's someone just took the candy bowl and just stuffed it in their pillowcase. They didn't even just take all the candy. It was crazy. It was so funny. And at the time we got really, really mad. And it was pretty funny because once you think about it, it was just some bowl. I don't know how expensive it was. I was guessing it wasn't very expensive, and just some 99-cent candy from Walmart. You know how they put candy for sale during Halloween? That was basically what it was, and we still got so mad. We're who took our candy? Who took our candy? No, this is not okay. You cannot just barge into my little front door and take the candy. That's not okay. And so that's what we were thinking, and it was pretty funny looking back on it that we got so mad about that because we were just standing there with two pillowcases full of candy. We were mad that more candy got stolen from us, which was really funny. The next story I have for you guys was actually last year. It was me and my friend. I went over to her neighborhood because my dad, my mom, and my sister were at my sister's football game. So they were all over there, and I was heck no, I'm getting candy. I'm going trick-or-treating. So I went over to my friend's house, and I was the Mad Hatter, and she was Alice, and then her mom was the Cheshire Cat, and it was perfect. It was a great year. So me and her are trick-or-treating all around the block. Basically, a lot of people in her neighborhood didn't pass out candy. They were all just the lights were off. And I was one of those people that went up to the door anyway. I've always been one of those people that even though their lights are off and their front porch lights are off, I'm still one of those people who goes up anyway and ding-dongs on their doorbell. Probably really annoying. But anyway, so I am definitely one of those people. And sometimes, actually, they do still pass out candy even though none of their lights are on in their house. It's kind of weird. I think that has happened to me a couple of times where they still pass out candy anyway. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but we literally, me and her just ding-donged every single doorbell, and we got candy everywhere. So her neighbor, she has a lot of siblings. So she has like 2 older sisters who are twins, and then she has like a little brother, and then herself, and then her mom and her dad. So it was so funny. So the first time we went over to her neighbor's house, it was one of those times when they like put a sign on the front door and I was like, please go to the backyard, and then they were like in their little backyard porch thing, and then they were giving out candy. So that's how it was. And they were like super festive. They're one of those really awesome people with like the smoke and stuff, and yeah, it was pretty awesome. I love going to people's houses like that when they put like a graveyard in their front yard and they have like all the smoke coming out. And they have like pumpkins everywhere that are carved and like lights and stuff. So the first time we went there, it was her mom passing out candy. So we got some candy from her mom and we kept her treating around the block. And then once we were done, we were like, we want more candy. We barely got anything. So we went back over to her neighbor's house. And then her dad was there that time. So her dad gave us candy and we're like, sweet. And then we go back over to her house and then we do some other stuff. I think we go back over there and it's her first oldest sister. I don't know which one it was. They're twins, so they look exactly the same. So she gave us some candy. So we were like, score again. And then we kept going back there until all the siblings, literally all of the siblings. Then on that same night, we were all out of candy. After we got the candy from that one house. I'm like really using the word candy. I need to stop. Anyway, so after we got all the good stuff from that one house, we were like, hey, we should go walk someplace. So we asked her dad, we were like, hey, can we go walk to that neighborhood right there? Because there's walking distance neighborhood. And then he was like, no, I don't think you'd want to trick or treat there. It's not the best neighborhood. And so we're like, okay. And then he was like, well, there's a neighborhood kind of far, but it's still walking distance. You can still walk there. We can walk. So me and the girl who I was trick-or-treating with, Ashley's little brother and Mia's little brother, and Mia was her neighbor. So yeah, that was who we got the candy from, and then it was Mia's dad. So we were all gonna walk over to another neighborhood. So we start walking, and I can't remember if Mia was there or not. I don't think she was, because I think the 2 little brothers sat in the back, and then me and Ashley sat in the buckets, and then they 2 sat in the front. I think that's how it was. So we all start walking, and then it gets so cold, and we get like halfway down the sidewalk, and we're like, okay, it's literally cold. Like my hands are freezing. I can't even feel them anymore. And it was kind of good because I had like these knee socks because I was Mad Hatter, so I had like these crazy socks on that went to like my knees, and they kind of kept my legs warm a little bit. But yeah, it was absolutely insane, and it was crazy how cold it was. I can't remember if it was rainy or not. I feel like it was. It might have been. It might have not been. I don't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to say that it was raining. So it was like raining a little, and then her dad and the other dad was like, no, I'm going to get the car. So they both go and get a car while we're just sitting there on the sidewalk, and we're literally freezing cold. Like we felt like we were going to die because it was so cold. It was literally so cold. And it's so weird because I don't think Halloween is going to be that cold, but I think it's going to rain again. So who knows what's going to happen this year. But anyway. So that was crazy how cold we were. We were just sitting there, and like it was freezing. And it felt like it took ages for the car to get there, because I guess they had to walk all the way back to her house, because how her neighborhood is it's like you turn into it, and then it's like this narrow, like it was like a road, and then it goes into a cul-de-sac, and then that's it. But her house was like towards the end of the cul-de-sac, so you had to walk all the way back down and then turn, and then there was her house. So they had to walk all the way over there. And I guess it kind of seems like not that much when you're actually walking it, but when you're waiting for someone to come, when you're like freezing cold, then that's when it starts to seem really long. So we were on the sidewalk because we turned out of like the neighborhood cul-de-sac thing, and then we walked there, and then there was like a road right there, like a busy road. So we were on the sidewalk of the busy road, so we kind of walked back to like her neighborhood because we wanted to go back to the neighborhood, and then we were like, we should just walk back to the house or something because it was that cold. Like it was freezing. And so we were like sitting on like the ground, and we were like, because you could like see our breath, and we're like trying to warm up. It was literally like we were trying to survive in the wilderness at that point, even though it probably wasn't even that cold, but it was cold to us because it just kind of got cooler and cooler the whole night. And it was, I only remember that it was really cold. I don't remember if it was raining or not, because I felt like we got into the car and we were all wet or something. I don't remember. I just don't remember. This is bothering me. Why don't I remember anything? Okay, so anyway, the dads finally come back with the car, and it seems like it's literally an eternity. At this point, it feels like I can barely walk because I'm freezing. I'm like trying to go over to the car, and it's like I can't even feel my hands anymore. So I like open the car door, and I'm just like, oh. We finally go to the other neighborhood, and we trick-or-treat like crazy over there, and that was that story. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it was kind of short. If you have any crazy stories from your previous Halloweens, please make sure to let me know. If you have like really crazy ones that are more than just being cold and getting your candy stolen. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed it still anyway. Make sure to check out my links down below in the description. I have my Instagram link and my Snapchat, and also for my previous video. You should really check out my previous video. It was pretty awesome. We did the Who Knows Me Better with my friends Katie and Macy, and it was really fun, so make sure to check out that one if you haven't seen it already. Thanks so much for watching again, and I hope you have a happy Halloween!